I mean, I've never been a big stats numbers guy. Oh, he's got 50 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, his QBR is bleh. Trust me, you thought it too. I thought it. We thought, Chiefs kind of stink. Here are my top 5 potential free agent landing spots this offseason. All right, so coming in at number 5, I've got Calvin Ridley going to the Chicago Bears. Not really much reason to this other than the fact that I think Chicago is going to be very active in the market again this offseason, just like they were last year. And I would really like to see what Calvin Ridley would do as a wide receiver 2 again, just like he was in Atlanta with Julio. Slot him underneath DJ Moore. Let's see what Justin Fields can do, or maybe if they trade Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. All right, and coming in at number 4, I've got Stefon Gilmore going to the Detroit Lions. That's right. So I'm thinking that the Lions are really going to be trying to shore up their defense this offseason. We've seen that the offense has just explosive scoring ability. You got David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. Like, those guys are going to light it up, but you got to help them out on the defensive side. You got to give them a little room to breathe, right? So I'm thinking they're going to try and shore up their secondary a little bit, go after a veteran who's been in the playoffs, been in the Super Bowl, who has that experience and can, help lead the locker room and lead those younger guys that they go after in the draft or other free agency acquisitions that they make. I also think that he would really fit in with the culture with Dan Campbell and those boys. I think Stefon Gilmore would just be, I feel like it's not the same, but it's similar to what the Patriots had going on when he was there, when they were succeeding. So I think he would do well. I think it would work out, and I'd really want to see it. All right, and number 3, I've got another veteran coming in here, Mike Evans, going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are coming off a Super Bowl win. They've got a lot of people who are potentially leaving to the free agency this offseason, so I don't know how the money would work out, but I know in the modern day NFL that these guys can make anything happen. They move money around, they push it back. So I'm thinking they're gonna find a way to bring in just a surefire red zone target for Patrick Mahomes, because yes, they won the Super Bowl last year, but there was times during the year where we all, trust me, you thought it too, I thought it, we thought, Chiefs kind of stink. And it wasn't because of their defense. It had nothing to do with the defense, it was all the offense. And it wasn't necessarily Mahomes, but it was just the weapons. It was pretty clear that his weapons weren't good enough. So I think they're gonna have to go out and get someone who's just a surefire guy who can go get him some touchdowns, because everybody knows if you just give Patrick Mahomes a guy with a little bit of a catching ability, like Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill, they're gonna make something happen. All right, so my top 2 picks are a bit of homer picks. What can I say? I'm a Vikings fan. Trust me, I'm not bragging. It's miserable. But needless to say, coming in at number 2, I got Antoine Winfield Jr. going back home to the Minnesota Vikings. Our secondary has been lacking for quite some time now, and we could really use some sort of big playmaker, kind of like his dad was. Don't forget about Antoine Winfield Sr. I mean, that man was pretty damn good for the Vikings. Added a big playmaker on defense, get him back there to kind of replace Harrison Smith, because Harrison Smith is, I don't even know if he's coming back next year or not, but he's going down. He's on the decline, he's past his prime. It's time to move on. What better story can you tell than Antoine Winfield playing for the Vikings his whole career, having a great borderline Hall of Fame season. Assuming that the Buccaneers let him go, I don't see any reason why the Vikings don't go after that guy. Now, my number 2 prediction might be a little tough if the number 1 prediction doesn't pan out either. So coming in at number 1, I've got Kirk Cousins coming back home to the Minnesota Vikings. I'm probably in the minority of Vikings fans who actually want Kirk Cousins to come back, but sign him on a 1-year deal, bring in a rookie through the offseason, or maybe trade for another young guy that you like, and let him sit under Kirk for a year and just learn. Because it's pretty clear that Kirk Cousins is a very good football player. The numbers say it alone. I mean, I've never been a big stats numbers guy. Oh, he's got 50 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, his QBR is bleh. Whatever. But if you watch him play, I mean, don't be wrong, he gets a little nervous in prime time in big moments, which is why I don't think he's the long-term answer. But I do think if we bring him back on for another year and have him educate a young guy with a lot of potential, I think in the long run, it's super beneficial. I mean, you look at guys like Mahomes and guys like Jalen Hurts and other people. I'm blanking right now, but they sat behind a guy for a half a year to a year and kind of got to at least learn the game a little bit from a locker room standpoint, a behind the scenes standpoint. So I'm thinking, bring Kirk back 1 more year. Just 1, not 2, definitely not 3. If they do a multi-year deal, this series is over if they do a multi-year deal. That's all I gotta say. Maybe we go after JJ McCarthy. Not my preferred choice, but maybe we go after a guy like JJ or Drake May if we can trade up in the draft. We're sitting in that 10th, 11th spot, somewhere around there. I know we're kind of in that trade-up range, so maybe we trade up a little bit, get a young quarterback, get a rookie, have him sit under Kirk for a year, and then next year, boom, off to the races. Still got Jefferson because we're gonna extend him. Still got Addison. Still got Hawkinson because we've already extended him. Like, what more could you want? What more could you want? But anyways, that's gonna wrap up my top 5 predictions. If you guys feel like I was way off or feel like you've got any other predictions or Kirk is gonna go to Atlanta, Antoine's coming back to the Buccaneers, whatever it might be, let me know in the comments. Tell me how I'm wrong. I would love to spark up a little debate. Oh, and last but not least, go Vikings.